Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Enter the Gungeon. We pretty much shit the bed on the last one, is the way I would put it politely. We had a good chance for a win. Oh, I didn't even take the Marine's alternate costume. We had a good chance for a win, and we sort of blew it, but we did get to the second phase of the Lich fight. It's not like we just like, you know, it's not like we made the playoffs with the best record in the NBA or the NFL, and then we lost in the first round. We lost on like the final drive of the Super Bowl. Now that being said, all anybody's gonna remember in the history books and the Back to the Future style sports almanacs is that we lost. You know? That's the story of the Patriots' perfect season back in 06-07. And that's gonna be the story of that last run as well. But for my own morale, I guess a small loss, a petty loss, is better than a disaster, I suppose. And I really do think we've... Oh my god, what an amazing bullet there. It stalled in the air about 50 times before it hit me, but I'm not sweating the armor too much. For now, I do think we've been playing a lot better in Gungeon. I think we've had a much smarter and more methodical approach to the game that's worked out extremely well for us, or at least relatively well for us lately. Obviously, we're going to be taking the Charmed Horn and trying to use this effectively. We may OD a little bit on Curse. We're definitely going to get some Curse, I'll tell you that much. But I have a general set of guidelines and principles for how to deal with the Charmed Horn now. We really should not steal an item just to steal, because stealing itself gives us Curse. We should only steal an item we want to buy but don't have the money for. It is better, I think in many cases, to actually buy the item if you have the money. That way, you know, you don't pick up a level of Curse, and we have to consider Curse almost like a resource in and of itself. You know, the same way in Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, life is a resource that you can use to, you know, accomplish certain objectives beyond just the direct win condition. I feel the same way about Curse, you know. Curse is a penalty, but we can take that penalty if it helps us out, you know, if it swings the momentum in our favor, perhaps. Starting to appreciate the Marine a little bit more, ever since people told me to appreciate the Marine a little bit more. Starting weapons good. High clip size, decent accuracy, better reload speed as a result of the Marine's passive. First started playing the game, thought it was all about that armor. Turns out, armor, I mean, it's not unimportant, but it means less than you would have originally thought. Originally, we thought all characters are created equal here. Except the hunter starts with a crossbow and a dog, so why wouldn't you play as the hunter? Well, the answer is sometimes you want to play as the Marine, because that one armor could do a lot for you. We're living in a post-that-mattering universe. I almost feel it is not worth buying anything here. And by buying, I mean stealing. Heavy boots? Who cares, is my philosophy on that. I don't want to pick up Curse and have to fight jammed enemies because heavy fucking boots shows up. That seems like a total waste. Okay, I gotta give this guy 20 credits. I can do that. Let me ask you, 25 credits. Let me ask you 20 questions. Is it bigger than a bread box? Etc., etc. I really do want to get gun game here early, in the hopes that we can pick up something worthy of killing this first floor boss. Of course, you know, we should be worthy of killing this first floor boss ourselves, but hey, it's you're trying to accuse me of not being good at this game. I put 150 hours into it. Not everybody can be Austin. I mean, everybody would like to be, probably. Mac 10, it's okay, but unfortunately, it's also okay at best. But I think, how's the range? It seems like it goes across the entire room, so it might be worth using here. He stole my ammo drop, as expected. Left my broken heart open and you ripped it out. Shut the door, baby. Don't say a word. Boss fight? Alright. Hopefully we get 6 credits for killing the boss. We should use the Charmed Horn, even if we're not gonna steal. Tends not to work against bosses. So I'm kind of waiting for you to summon some minions and then we'll go for it, but honestly, I think as far as a blue chest goes, could probably do a lot worse than the Mac 10. There we go. He might not actually summon any enemies at all here. And in terms of ammo efficiency, it's not doing that bad either. Not doing that badly, I suppose. Just a little bit more and I'll feel somewhat competent. Okay, we used like half the ammo. We got ammo back. We only got the 23 credits. Are you actually shitting me? But we get the ammo. We get the witch pistol, which is fine. We could laboriously shoot like every pot in the game, but I ain't about that lifestyle. So I'm gonna head down to the next floor, and I'm gonna be disappointed we didn't get to play Gungeon, but I can't be that disappointed because the Mac 10 did some good stuff for us there, and I'm extremely happy to have the Charm Torn, even if it doesn't give us anything immediately, except for, you know, the ability to charm enemies, which is also meaningful. So, I'm gonna, you know, function under the new Northernlion principle. New Northernlion principle. That's not Benny Schwaz. That's my mistake. That's Paul Rust. There we go. Not Paul Rudd. Okay, terrible use of the Charm Torn, but you know what? Better to use it terribly on a room that's unlikely to matter that much than use it terribly on a room that would matter a lot. So now I recall that the Charm Torn does not charm all enemies on the room. It only charms enemies in a certain area of effect relative to where we are. So it's good. We're getting to keep the training wheels on here. Just for now. You're not dead, huh? Okay, one more shot. No problem. I really basically never want to steal keys. The other thing I didn't mention, I think I didn't mention it at least, is that, man, we actually scrambled that Bulletkin's brains. He was still looking for us like 10 minutes after we rolled out of the way there. Is that Charmed Horn actually like a really good item when it comes to bullet hell as well. And I've mentioned that not in this episode, but like pretty much ad nauseum in other episodes in which we've had the Charmed Horn. But I really stand by that. I think on bullet hell, it's so nice to have an item like this, or even, you know, like the boomerang, that can be used so frequently, but gives us a benefit on like every single room in which we're able to use it. So I think this is a pretty great start. And we got some kind of shrine. It is not YV. Gives us red hearts. So we are effectively disinterested. No problems. Hoping the use of the Charm Torn, you know, speeds up our little problem here. Probably unnecessary, but that's okay. Okay, let's go to some more rooms just before we get, just before we go back to the shop, because we do have Charm Torn active here. Or, sorry, we don't have it active. We'd like to have it active. But you can't always get what you want. That's what I've heard. But can you really trust the Rolling Stones when they can't always say that you can't always get what you want? Like, that's a song that if a Charles Dickensian, you know, street urchin was singing it, you can't always get what you want, I'd be like, okay, I buy that. That seems to be, like, the right person for that message to come from. When you've got, you know, rock stars who are multimillionaires, they've had a 40, 50-year career in their profession of choice. I don't think we want any of these, except possibly the keys. This is getting a little ornery so far. It's like, I think that the Rolling Stones, I'm not calling them frauds, but did they not get what they want? It just sounds like they're bragging. You know, you think that what Mick Jagger is saying is, none of us can always get what we want. But what he's saying is actually, we got what we wanted, but you can't. If you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. What do you need? A discount on our album, 40 Licks. I actually have nothing against the Rolling Stones. It just seemed like a decent time for a bit. So the Charmed Horn, admittedly, seems a little less useful if we never find anything worth stealing. Like, why steal the Molotov or Corpse Explosion? Neither one of which I use, well, the Molotov I like, but apart from that, it's not like I consider them essential, plus we'd have to get rid of the Charmed Horn to use them in the first place, so it kind of seems like You know, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. So we can steal a key, but then the question becomes, is it worth stealing a key to save yourself some credits when you are going to pick up levels of curse as a result? And I think if the, you know, if it would allow us to access a chest that otherwise would be inaccessible, the answer might be yes. And especially if that chest quality is good, but as of right now, there's only one key, like, available on this level. So, I don't know that that's something that's even going to be relevant for us at the present time. Kind of just grinding it out right now, you know the deal. First couple of floors of Gungeon, there's no rush to pick up amazing stuff. We have the potential to get amazing stuff, which I think is valuable as well in its own right. Let's go Mac 10 again. It's the Beholder, who is actually the Beholster. I'm thinking you try to Charmed Horn the little baby Beholders, who are actually Beholsters. Haven't had that opportunity yet. I was also thinking maybe you could Charmed Horn the missiles, but come on. If the Charmed Horn works on a missile, I gotta rethink my whole, you know, taxonomical definition of everything in this game. So what am I hoping for here? Obviously, the Flawless would be pretty sick. Beyond just getting the Flawless... Oh, he's turned on me. Or he's going to turn on me. Beyond just getting the Flawless, it would be sweet to pick up a Boss Killer. For now, we don't need room clearers. Boss Killers just give us a better chance of getting more Flawlesses in the future. And we got ammo, which we will take for, you know, the Mac 10, obviously. And we got Eye of the Beholster, which is strangely extremely fitting. Maybe not strange at all. So that's good. We don't need it immediately, but sure, you know, I'm still pleased with that either way. And we're kind of just having like a nice, competent roll of the first few floors here. Now we're hoping for a key drop. I gotta go as well, because I've got me a drop top, and if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Had to stop at a red light looking at my mirror. Not a jacker in sight. And everything is alright. I got a beep from Kim, and she can do it all night. Call up the homies and I'm asking y'all, which park are y'all playing basketball? Get me on the court and I'm trouble. Last week, fucked around and got a triple-double. Freaking people every way like MJ. Gotta say, today was a good day. Okay, well, that was a good way to kill some time on the episode. We're definitely going to steal Compressed Air Tank because it's the only one of these that's not an active and it's great. So that's going to give us some levels of curse. But I think it's worth it for boss killing potential. Apparently you can also charm the, or not charm, sorry, charge the Compressed Air Tank, which I've never done before. And only recently discovered is a quote-unquote thing. So we're going to grab this, we're going to open our green chest, and then we're good to go. I think we did fine on this floor. I think we made the logical right decision for how to handle this floor. We stole the highest value weapon, we got some good stuff, we flawless the boss, we got a lot of credits left over. And Rubidine prototype is okay. Again, we're just throwing that in our bag to basically use against Bullet Hell and what Bullet Hell may throw at us. But for now, 5 HP, 61 credits, down to the next floor. Some levels of curse to go. And I'm expecting that Compressed Air Tank is going to enable a lot of flawlesses for us. I really would like some passives, though. You know, in particular, extra damage would be a huge one. Any form of extra damage. But I'm not going to be super picky about the situation at hand. Speaking of which, back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected, so I'll let him understand it. From a young G's perspective. No, okay, we're gonna nip that right in the bud. But you got to admit, we enter a zen-like state when we start reciting the hip-hop lyrics. We didn't take any damage at all on the last floor. It wasn't that risky, I suppose. Oh my god. Somehow we carried our momentum there. It wasn't that risky. I mean, it's only floor 2. It's not like we took no damage at all on the forge, which would be a little bit more impressive, but, you know, it is a little impressive at least. I think you gotta charm something in here. Oh, look at that! They've turned on their master! Yes, shoot, please. Why is it you shoot so slowly when you shoot at him? When you shoot at me, you open fire. I guess it's just human perception, isn't it? Whoa, easy there. Figured just take that stuff out, make my life simple. Ooh, okay, we have a fairy room. Not my favorite of all the rooms, but not bad. Okay, my favorite. We got enemies in minecarts, turrets, moving laser turrets in addition, and then also these guys who make themselves immune for a while by burrowing underground. That's really sweet, like when that happens. I'm actually very surprised we seem to have gotten through this without getting hit. Okay. 75 credits, enough to buy something if we want to buy something, but how quaint to buy something in this day and age. When we have the charmed horn and can steal whatever we wish to. But at the same time, you probably want to avoid getting that demon that shows up. I have been killed by the demon twice. You know, the death demon that shows up. He's got a name. His name is not Robert Paulson. I see the comments already. Keep it up here. Okay, what do we have in our shop? Book of Chest Anatomy, a key. I don't specifically think there's anything worth taking in here. And I hope I haven't made myself into a little puss-puss, you know? First I was like, hey, let's steal everything. We might as well steal one item per shop. And then now I'm too afraid to curse and I never take any items ever. Maybe I'm missing out on a free table tech site on this floor or a free book of Chest Anatomy. But I don't think so. I know it's given us some curse, and I believe it's 2.5 levels of curse per theft now. Which is actually extremely high. There's some kind of shop down here. So that doesn't mean we're not going to steal, it just means we're going to make darn sure that we know what we want to steal. And we know that it's worth the cost. Because there's a true cost to theft. And that cost, my young friends, is the death penalty. That's right. Northernlion 2016, all shoplifters get the death penalty. Brick of cash. Mimic tooth necklace. Ring of mimic friendship. I think you go buy a key. And then you get you steal the mimic chest necklace. Like, bear with me here. Get a key. Teleport back down. Go speak to the man in the shop. He's the man in the shop. Ba-dum. So you buy this. You charm him. You get obviously a level of curse. Maybe 2.5 levels of curse for that matter. But now we never need keys for the rest of the game, to the best of my knowledge. Every chest should be a mimic that just opens immediately. And this could be good for us. But I'll admit, is there a risk inherent? Yes, there is. This is gives us a blink instead of a dodge roll. To be honest with you, I may end up dropping this, but for now, let's just take it. If I could at least take it until a place where I could sell it, I'll be happy. But I really do not like the red scarf. And the fact that it shows up in a green chest is almost a little insulting. I think it's an item that most of the time has the tendency to make our run actually a lot worse. But that might just be my own, you know, ignorance when it comes to using it, admittedly. But I did ask on Twitter, it was like a month and a half ago, and I was like, hey, does anybody actually like using the red scarf? There were some people that are like, it's trash, but there were some people who were like, I like it, I think it's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna tell those people they're wrong outright here. But it's such a fundamental gameplay mechanic, the dodge roll, that to change it is like, you know, it's like switching the fire button up or reversing your controls or something, you know? It's alright, you got the range. Safe and sound. And you know what? Never gonna step foot in this room again. Oh, you know what? With the scarf, you can actually blink back to a place that's behind cover. I didn't know that. So if we flip the table, hold the button here. What? Okay, now I actually have no idea what I just did there. I teleported across the room. Like really, really far across the room. How does that work? Maybe this is the secret to actually liking this item. Like, that's what I'm thinking right there, is it's nice to be able to teleport backwards, so you could actually get behind cover. Oh, but we can shoot our own ghost. Or is it the right stick that moves our ghost? Yeah, the right stick moves our ghost. So it makes it a little difficult to aim simultaneously. But I see the value now. Now we can actually plan our blinks out. So it's not just replacing your dodge roll with a blink. You can actually use it to some degree of, like, you know, control. Alright. Can I be honest with you? I don't fully buy it, but I sort of understand the value from a positioning standpoint now. Especially if you're in a shitty spot, you'll just be like, oh, why would I fight this guy over here when I could fight him over here instead, you know? Saves me the maneuvering there. That could be more tricky when we get down to more and more difficult enemies. Okay, I'm willing at least to give this item a try. It's certainly much more interesting than I'd originally thought it was. The hammer? It's okay. I think. Why walk when I can take a perfectly good blink scarf, baby? People have probably been shouting this forever, but that's okay. Check out this little wombo combo I got going on for you right here, okay? Yep, just right into the pit. Smart idea. Unfortunately, that's because the it stops helping you at the bounds of your screen. Like you can't push the blink further than the bounds of your screen. So that's sensible, but also I feel like a little bit of a dummy. That's okay. Life goes on. Let's fight the boss. Who are we fighting though? And what are we fighting him with? Probably the compressed air tank. I almost feel like for this, we should just leave our item on the ground. Like our blink scarf on the ground. Bow wow. The problem is, like, if I use the right stick to aim, that also moves my blink to some place that may actually be unsafe. Thanks for the help, sucker. Oh, I walked right into it. Fudge. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough sell, dude. Because I'm really liking the idea behind the blink scarf, but I also, like, do not understand at all how to use it on the boss fight. What I may try to do in the future is drop it on the boss fight. But that seems like a little needlessly cute, right? So I'm not too pissed that I didn't get the flawless here. I'm a little annoyed. I've learned something. We did get +1 to bullets, though, which I think is decent. And we only use 15 ammo, so it's not like that's a problem. Starting on the 4th floor, let's try to be a little bit more aggressive with weapon usage. So I'll even start now, and we'll just use the witch pistol. So get used to dropping the bloody scarf behind us, at least. This is not the witch pistol. It's much better, actually. The witch pistol, I think, is barely better than the starting gun. So, we do have blanks. Might as well. With 2 blanks, you gotta check. Alright, nothing we really want here. Yeah, Book of Chest Anatomy, maybe, but probably not. We're gonna want to open every single chest, I think. It seems cool defensively, but I don't know. I don't know if I can see myself using it offensively. Or using it well against bosses, at least. But maybe, just maybe, I could be persuaded. As long as we can remember how to drop it inside of the boss fight. Don't accidentally drop, like, the bullets instead. Or +1 to bullets, I should say. Great damage there. And by great damage, I mean I'm a big idiot. Oh, come on. How many explosions you gotta be a part of before you actually die? So basically, whoa! Basically all we're hoping for here is to get as many, like, transmutations as possible. If we can turn enemies into chickens, it doesn't matter that the damage output is relatively low from the witch pistol, because they will be transmuted. All in good time, my dear. And so far, this is working out okay. We get Space Friend. Relatively good. Not a run winner, but a run helper, certainly. Wouldn't dispute that. And we're making great time here. Pretty much no need to go down there. I think our level of curse is still appropriate. You know, we could steal another item on this floor and feel relatively okay about it. You know the Witch Pistol's actual damage is pretty bad, based on the fact that these little guys take 2 hits each to kill. That's a damning sign. What have I done? I don't know what happened there. That dude summoned an enemy and then murdered it on my behalf, and somehow I avoided getting hit. I'll take it. Thank you, Charmtorn. Another great room for Charmtorn, I'll tell you that much. Oh god, shoot please, thank you. Just keep him busy, just keep— Chicken! Blocking my— Oh, chicken! Imprisoning me! Blocking my debris! Absolute failure! Okay, my throat is killing me, man. I think I did too many Nick Nolte impressions today. Common cause of throat feeling shitty. Too many Nick Nolte impressions. Happens to the best of us, man. Okay, I think, honestly, the Bloodied Scarf experiment is over after this room. Maybe we can sell it on the shop, but no, it's gotta go. I'm sorry, Bloodied Scarf. You really, you know, you're doing your damnedest, and I hate to give the rat a free item, but I need to spend some time in the dojo with you, honestly. You had a good thing going, but I just can't, you got an interesting thing going, but I just can't afford to mess with it right now. I think we're kind of, like, I don't want to say we're hanging on the razor's edge. We're kind of in, like, an uncertain spot when it comes to the win here, so I don't want to throw in anything that complicates that unnecessarily. And I do think this complicates that unnecessarily. I mean, our HP speaks for itself on this floor. Taking a lot of damage I should not have taken. Chicken blocked my darn shot. Alright, what's going on? I've charmed an enemy that I get no benefit out of charming. Not the strongest play. There we go. We're at 3.5 hearts again. Nothing to fear. Not even fear itself. I'm just gonna say nothing to fear. If I came out with a horror movie, 100,000%, I'm calling it Fear itself. It just lends itself to the easiest tagline of all time. This summer, there's nothing to fear except, coming to theaters June 21st, Fear itself. Instant $100 million opening. You want to see a $100 million opening, you should watch the Kim Kardashian sex tape. I'm just joking. Oh, we get too hot for TV sometimes on this show. Okay, good. I wonder if our coolness stat improves our ability to transmute an enemy. I'm gonna say probably not, but that would be a sweet little synergy I've never considered before. Another item room coming up, and this one is the Vertebrae K47. All-time classic. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, like, definitely a good category for, or a good choice for second order boss killer. Start with the compressed air tank, and then go with the Vertebrae K. You can certainly do a lot worse than that. Come on. We do some extra damage. Oh, one key to get into our shop. One of the rare times that I'm actually going to think about it, and it's because we have Charmtorn, and because our keys are not valuable for us regardless. I guess. Except to open doors, because we can already open chests easily. Okay, it's the High Priest. I think the chance of a flawless exists. And we shouldn't discount this. Just wanted to get as many shots blocked as possible, or blanked as possible. You know what? Great room. Great opportunity, I should say, to use the vertebrae K. Get those bullets crushed. Rolled right into that bullet. Was not penalized for it, thank God. Oh, I make that mistake a lot. Get a little too close. He's getting hurt, man. Stay away. Don't want to have to use another blank here. One more hit'll do it. Totally fine. Little dicey at times there, but otherwise can't complain. Only used like 12 bullets out of this thing. So Charmed Bow is really bad, except when it isn't. And we might be entering that kind of time where it isn't. I think we go to our shop, and honestly, can I be honest with you? Maybe we just want to buy something. Why save our money for the next floor? Rather use our money on this floor and steal something more expensive on the next floor if it's going to cost us the same level of curse either way. I'm not buying keys, I'll tell you that much. I will absolutely buy the Scrambler. I think that is a wonderful pickup. It's relatively cheap. We're done with this floor anyway, I think. Yeah? Okay. This is a great situation now. We got 6 HP, it's a good amount. Charmed Horn is doing work for us. Witch Pistol can do some work for us as well. We never need keys again. I'd say we probably have 1 theft left in our bodies before we start to really feel the burn of jammed enemies. And that's just good gravy as far as I'm concerned. I say everything is good gravy, though. Except when I have a good gravy, I say that's delicious. It's very confusing for friends and family. Especially because, you know, we're Canadian, so we eat poutine all the time. I always go home and my mom's like, hey, I've got a fresh poutine on the stove, and I go, all right. Thanks, Mom. Très bien. And she says, you know, trade Subban. And I say, oh, but Subban's Corsi stats are so much better than Weber's. And you say, yeah, but Weber's a good old-fashioned Canadian boy. He doesn't have he's not locker room poison. And we say, those are just rumors, mama. Probably should have killed the other enemy first. That's okay. By the way, that's some inside hockey for you there. Not inside baseball, inside hockey. Alright, I mean, these are a lot of jammed enemies. Guys, gotta go. Beautiful. I think we're managing this appropriately. I'm playing this as if it's bullet hell right now, and honestly, is working. It's doing a great thing right now. You guys have got to be close. You've been shooting at each other for 10 minutes, right? Unless you made some kind of, you know, Von Ribbentrop pact here. Not okay. Let's get out of here. Thought maybe we could charm the Forged Hammer. I do like watching the Skelly just pull back and cold cock a single bulletkin. That is my quote-unquote jam right there. I feel like with these guys, you almost want to take out the Eye of the Beholder, which is actually the Beholster, and just, you know, shoot him with something that has, like, instant shot speed. Alright, so, again, we kind of have to consider the situation. Is it worth stealing something here, knowing that we're going to get a higher proportion of jammed enemies? The Mega Hand is extremely good. To be honest with you, it may be better to go with Gun Knight armor, or Gun Knight Greaves here. I don't know what hit me. I must have been hit by a bullet just from standing too close. Is it worth getting both at the cost of whatever the curse is going to be? The answer, by the way, this is not just my way of saying the answer is no, and I'm going to try to justify it for you in reverse. I'm actually curious as to what your thoughts would be. I kind of feel like we should get the Mega Hands. And it's so ammo efficient, it solves all of our ammo problems for the rest of the game, probably. And if we're gonna get it, we might as well get it soon. But then, do we want to steal Gun Knight Greaves? Essentially, we're stealing 2 armor. How much more likely do you think we are to get hit from another, you know, X levels of Curse, where X is a number I'm not totally sure of? Easy room. I think the Witch Pistol, you know, really is a good choice for just something to unload on these early enemies with. Why not, right? Like, it's basically the starter pistol, except occasionally it's going to, like, kill an enemy extremely easily. Like that one right there. And that's, you know, the perfect weapon to be like, if it's out of ammo before bullet hell, who cares? Of course, if we end up having to use it on bullet hell, anytime it turns a nasty enemy into a chicken right off the bat, or earlier than it otherwise would take to kill them, I'm going to be pretty happy about the situation in general, though. And you may be saying, what's the point of taking the Charmed Horn if you're not gonna... I just want to kill this guy and then talk about our weapons, but we might go Hammer next. What's the point of taking the Charmed Horn if you're not gonna steal anything? Well, first off, that's a little overly reductive. It is still a weapon. Like, it has good impact on the game. Oh my god, I didn't even see you guys blend in with the freaking conveyor belt there. It is an active item for us. And at the same time, we've also already, we've stolen some stuff. It's very dishonest to suggest we've never stolen anything on this run. We've stolen some stuff. We could probably steal more, and that's fair and valid, of course. Ice Cube. Actually, I don't know if this gives us any impact at all, but it's possible that it does. And if we ever choose to replace Charm Horn, which I'd say is extremely unlikely considering in our chest we just got the last active we're likely to have, then it could be useful, I suppose. We got a Skelly, right? I always make a Skelly at the end here. Easy enough. Alrighty. We're doing good damage, actually. We could use some ammo drops, but, you know, if we run out of hammer ammo, not a huge problem. Might be getting close to our boss fight. If we can only get one, do we really want the Mega Hand, or do we care about 2 armor more than that? It's a surprisingly complicated decision, in my opinion, because of the fact that the Mega Hand is awesome, but we so often end up losing a run by like 2 HP. Or at least it seems like we would win if we had 2 more HP. It's hard to say with certainty, I suppose, but maybe that's the case. But maybe having the Mega Hand makes us a lot less likely to take 2 hits. Maybe it's worth circumventing the whole thing and just going for, you know, the extra levels of Curse, even though it would lead to more jammed enemies. Who knows, man? All I know is 4 blanks is pretty sweet. At this point, I want the Flawless not for the HP container, but for the HP itself. We got 7 shots left with the hammer. And we got our boss fight. Well, I think you decide on something here, and I think I'm going to decide, probably surprising no one, I'm going to decide on the Mega Hand. We have 24 left we really can't do anything with. We go Compressed Air, but it probably goes like Compressed Air, and then the Scrambler, and then we'll see where the world takes us from that point onward. I would like the Flawless here. I think the Flawless is a fairly realistic outcome. I think it's better to use our blanks here, because we could use them not only to save HP, but to get HP as well. How long do you have to charge it to get the shark ready? Is that the sound when it goes... Oh! I didn't expect to actually take the hit there. Well, that's a bummer. Now we will save our blanks. Well, no, we shouldn't, actually. We need our HP one way or the other. Yo, where is the shark, though? I'm only seeing the bite. I'm not seeing the shark itself. Maybe it's just my imagination running away with me. Ah, okay, we made it that time. Well, 2 blanks is the perfect number to not feel bad about using any extras here. Dragon is, well, first phase of the Dragon is dead. We're going down to bullet hell with a really low amount of HP. One way or the other, and I don't love that. I think, honestly, let's go big iron for now. And again, using the blanks here is pretty important. Anytime we got even like a semi-tricky dodge. Well, I mean, he's definitely done in the next phase. It's such a bummer that we got hit once, but it's also so common that I can't be surprised with myself anymore. If it worked like Isaac, where you had like spirit hearts that could protect your red hearts to give you the reward for quote-unquote flawlessing, it'd be a different story, you know? We'd be flawlessing a lot more bosses, but it would also probably be a little too easy. So the Dragon is dead, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Didn't get enough credits to buy anything. I think, anyway. You know, we should. It is in our best interest. Pop a blank here. Oh, that could be big. Bunch of red hearts, extra blank, extra keys. Probably not going to need the keys, but you know what? Still, I salute you. That was extremely helpful. Let's head down to the next floor. What's the ticket for us here? Well, ammo for compressed air tank would be pretty sweet. Use the charmed horn as often as possible. That's a big one. Don't die against the second phase of the Lich for the first time in 100 years. That would be nice. Gotta be careful with our charming here, because we don't really benefit from charming the dude in the middle. We still have to dodge his shots. We don't really benefit from charming those guys, because they're not that bad anyway. So maybe we just save Charmed Horn for the next phase of this room, which I'm confident there is. Oh, beautiful. To just distract the dude in the middle long enough to get through that with the Charmed Horn is actually probably pretty huge. Now we know this room is hell. Gotta wake up pretty early in the morning to not scare the shit out of me with this room. So now we take compressed air tank ammo. That's 46 shots for that. That strikes me as being extremely useful. Take out the jammed enemy. We got the jam. We got the jam. Oh, dude, you... How could you? And also, thank you. This guy's gotta go. This guy's gotta go. Dude, Charmed Horn... Previously, I was a little guilty of thinking this was like a one-dimensional item. The item only exists to steal shit. That's not the case. It's not the case at all. It's so useful. To use it once per room is a gift you give yourself every time. Okay, I thought I would maybe hit something. I guess I did, but it wasn't the something I was looking for. Knocked this stupid hat right off his stupid head. Okay. I think this feels like the right way. Unless it's just my imagination. Let's not steal too many jokes from Comedy Bang Bang. Okay, I thought I saw an enemy in the wall, but never fear, it's actually just a burning skeleton. Just a harmless, charred pile of human remains. That was a panicked Charmed Horn there, and I'd do it again in a flippin' heartbeat. It's a very sensible decision to panic there. You will be. You will be. Okay. Keep it going. Why not straight up? Hate this room. This guy's got to go. He is gone. I feel like we are actually steamrolling the shit out of bullet hell. Like, something feels wrong. Like, Gungeon, you okay, buddy? You're not beating ass as much as you used to beat ass. But I guess if we're gonna shit the bed on one floor and do pretty awesomely on another floor, it's really good to shit the bed on the forge and then do sort of awesomely on bullet hell. At least so far. Let's not get too cocky. But it really feels like, I mean, we're at 45 minutes. I feel like we might be halfway through bullet hell. Worth it. Remember, this room, target selection. Okay, this guy's got to go. I got hit, not unexpected. More ammo. I think Mega Hand makes sense. I mean, I took ammo for the Witch Pistol, but it was kind of just like, because I got confused. They were like, you want ammo for Witch Pistol? And I was like, yeah, which pistol would you give me ammo for? And they're like, oh, we already gave it to you in the Witch Pistol. And I'm like, oh, what a hilarious misunderstanding. Okay, just keep him at bay. This table is like the only time Dodge Roll Games has ever done anything consumer friendly. I'm joking, by the way, but is put this table down. You have to say you're joking, otherwise they're going to take you serious. The whole gaming world these days, it's all anger and resentment all the time. I was just making a joke at the expense of people who worked for years to create this game. It's like, geez, don't be so sensitive. Just knock this guy out, and then Charmed Horn once we get those enemies spawned in the middle. That was dumb, on my part. I never should have left myself in that situation. We got through it, we got a full red heart. I feel less bad about the circumstances, but still kind of bad. I wonder if this will go back to the right and save us from this being a purgatory. No, it will not. This is purgatory. What is purgatory? Well, in this case, it's looping around for quite some time just to find a dead end. Oh my god, the HP though. Thank God it's not my imagination. Running away with me. Well, so far it seems really good, but, you know, we've been in this position before. Things change. Extremely poor damage on my part, but as long as the jammed enemies are gone, feel better about it. We got ammo in the middle. I don't think we have ammo problems with anything right now, so stick with the Mega Hand. I don't really care what we charmed in that case. Sometimes we're going to be charming enemies to get them, you know, to attack other enemies. Sometimes we're just going to be charming them to get them off our case. And what we did there was an example of that. Just getting them charmed so we never have to see them again. Still got 4.5 HP. Ooh, this is Charm City, baby. Whoa! Man, we got our charmed bow back. Or sorry, charmed horn back already. That's redonkulous. There's no point in charming this guy because he just disappears as soon as you charm him because he's a little bitch who can't deal with the consequences of his actions. Alright, we got one more dude, and it's the easy dude who may just be dead anyway as a result of the explosion. Lovely. Keep it going. I gotta leave the light on for me up here. I think we got a chance that it could be in this direction. This room sucks. Yeah, this room's like real bad. Can sometimes be the death of us. I honestly feel like taking 2 hits there, we shouldn't sweat it too hard. Don't cry yourself to sleep over that one. At least if we charm that guy, the bullets that he shoots will hurt other enemies. Could still hurt us, but will hurt other enemies as well. We can soften him up a little. Not that we need to, probably. Half a heart. Dude, the game is being extraordinarily kind to me right now, dude. I really appreciate that. And if we win this one, there will be a strong temptation from me to be like, well, we played pretty well. But this is actually, like, probably the strongest bullet hell I've ever had in terms of getting HP drops as well. The average number of HP drops on bullet hell feels like it's probably 0. Might be half a heart, if we're lucky. So to get, like, 3.5 hearts is at least an order of magnitude outside of the norm. So I think that we should say thank you, game. And honestly, they've set us up so nicely here. And we actually can use the Charm Horn on this boss after he creates enemies, at least. How long do you have to charge this to get the freaking shark out? Like, that's... Why is the shark not jumping up? That's what I'm asking. Maybe I'm having a little brain fart here. Wouldn't be the first time. Dude, maybe the ice cube is also amazing with the Charm Horn. Seems like we're getting a lot more enemies, or the Charmed Horn, I don't know why I can't say the item name, is getting a lot better off. It's recharging faster. That was so easy. We used 11 bullets out of the compressed air tank. See, this is where it gets tempting to start tuning your own horn. That's probably unreasonable. Instead, just let me say thank you to the game for giving us a situation in which it's been relatively easy for us to succeed. Thank you very much. I appreciate it a great deal. Now, Charm Horn should do nothing for us here. Big ups to the spaceship there. Did a great job hooking us up, not letting us take hits. I really was just about to say, like, we're on the road to getting a flawless here. And then I blew it with a shitty roll. And then also that damage. That's alright. 2 blanks, 2 hits. We're entering what might be the second hardest phase. I think probably we would agree the first phase is the easiest. Not easy, but the easiest. No problem. Slight problem. Good opportunity to use our blank, I think. We got this. This is going to be a win for certain. Almost certainly. You know, confidence intervals, they change all the time. That's just science for you. And that'll do it right there. Honestly, bricked it up a little bit against the Lich in the end, but that was a really solid run throughout. 52 minutes to kill the Lich is way faster than normal. But for now, let's head down to the next floor, and the next floor is actually the end of the video. From radio to the video to Arsenio, tell me, yo, what's the scenario? But also, the only thing that saddens me here a little bit is like, man, we could have easily had a convict and a pilot win over the course of this and had like my best Gungeon streak ever. But let's just consider this to be the start of our new best Gungeon streak ever. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.